Alright, let's do this. So, welcome to Blitz Brigade Tips and Tricks with another Blitz Brigade video. So, let me start by saying that I am Danish, so please bear with me if my English is not that good. I'm practicing on being better at speaking English. I'm having a cold, and together with that my screen recorder has a bug that makes my voice very deep. I am sorry about that. I hope you can understand what I am saying, even though my voice is a little funny or scary sometimes. Yeah, I know. So, if you haven't seen my last stealth video, find links in the description below. It's a stealth tips and tricks video. I will go through a couple of those tricks in this video, but make sure to watch that if you are using stealth as your primary class. I have been playing for 70 days exactly today, so bear in mind that I am not a pro player yet. I just reached level 60, so I'm playing a couple of hours every day, and I think I'm getting better and better. This time we are going to take a look at the weapon that I think is the best stealth primary weapon. And you have probably guessed it already, we are talking about the Winslow SMG Premium. I think that all weapons are premium. If you are buying a weapon, you can't really use it before it's premium unless you can keep up a very good kill streak so you can repair it. So when I make these videos about best primary weapons, best secondary weapons, they are all premium weapons. So in the gameplays you see here, I think it's a month old, all free gameplays I will show you, and I'm not wearing any hats. I am using real money on the game, but the stuff are very expensive here in game, so it will take me some time to max out one class. So the gameplays you see here, it's stealth gameplay but without any hats. That means that the damage on the Winslow SMG Premium is 495. Sorry if that is 495. I'm not so good with number on English. That's almost 500 in damage. The special of the Winslow SMG is that it is a silent weapon. I will be back on that subject later. The rate of fire is 220. There is no critical chance, and you got 20 shots in the gun, and you got free, how do I say that in English, you got free ammo packets in your pockets. That means you have 60 shots. After fusion, you can increase damage to vehicles by 50%. You can reduce the enemy's current shield absorption by 30%. And if your health is less, your HP is less than 50%, your damage output will increase with 35% until your health reaches a maximum of 80%. So there is no freezing or anything with this weapon. The only special thing about this weapon is the high output damage, and when you're using it with the stealth character, you can't really use it with any other character. They can't see where you are firing from. You know, on the left corner on your screen there is a radar or a map. Every time an enemy is shooting, there will be a dot showing where that enemy is located on the map. If you are using the stealth character and the Winslow SMG, you will not show up on the radar. This is a big advantage. But that said, I don't think that the Winslow SMG is so overpowered as many others think. Let me explain why. First of all, there is no critical chance. The stealth character has no upgrade that can increase critical chance like the soldier. The rate of fire, the rate of fire 220, that's pretty good, but compared to other weapons in the game, I don't think it's that good. But the biggest problem is the ammo capacity. If you're using the Winslow SMG, you will probably run out of ammo pretty quick. The damage output is pretty good. And if you also are using hats, if you are using the Scare Bear and the Shark, that's 500 diamonds for both of them, you will have 25% more damage. So, plus another thing, the Winslow SMG don't have any freeze or anything. Some of the weapons, they can freeze you, so you hardly can't move, or they make a fire after you are dead. The Winslow SMG doesn't have anything of this. That means that if you have killed an enemy, there is no possibility that you can get some extra points if an enemy goes through a fire or something like that. But if you have upgraded your stealth skills in tier 4, there is a primary weapon bleeding dot effect. Oh, hang on for a minute, sorry about that. When you upgrade the Winslow SMG to Premium, you will get 10% more effective range and 10% more damage, and that was the number I gave you before, 495. That is the Premium. Plus there is a bleeding dot. The bleeding dot, if you shoot an enemy, you can follow that enemy some time on the map while he is bleeding. So if you upgrade your stealth character, the primary weapon bleeding dot effect tier 4, you can get 50% bleeding dot on the stealth primary weapon. And this changes things a little bit. This is very, very expensive. But that said, if you are going up against some opponents that doesn't have full shield, this is very, very effective. But that doesn't change that I don't think that this weapon is so overpowered that many other things. But it is a great weapon, and it, in my opinion, it is the best weapon, the best primary weapon for stealth. So yeah, I don't know. If you have upgraded your stealth skills with the primary weapon bleeding dot effect, yeah, maybe it is an overpowered weapon. So that was a little about the Winslow SMG. As I said before, I have made a stealth tips and tricks video. Make sure to click that link in the description below. So some of the things I would like to share in this, I won't share all tips and tricks, I don't have the time, because I have found a lot of tips and tricks for stealth. But one thing that is very important is that you upgrade the stealth skills. Especially tier 4 primary weapon bleeding dot effect. That means if you're making a shot that gives 400 damage, he will bleed 200 after that damage. That is how I understand this. Another thing is stealth mode duration, also an upgraded skill in tier 4. You can get 50% more stealth mode. This is, when you use stealth, this is a must. I think compared to the medic the soldier and stuff like that. The stealth really don't have the soldier. If the soldier is upgraded, it has 40% more critical chance on all primary weapons. That's crazy. That means most of the primary weapons has a 50% chance of a critical shot, plus the damage output also 50% entire 4. And I think that that the stealth has a lack of this, and this is why the Winslow SMG is the best weapon for the stealth character. Some of you might say, yeah, but why don't you use a weapon like the Prototype X Special and stuff like that? Because when you use the stealth character, I think that a silent weapon is necessary. Or there would be no... This is what makes the stealth, what gives stealth the advantage. This is the stealth skill. So if you use another weapon, then you might as well use another class. There is also the Vampire's Bite. I don't think it does have mega bleeding when upgraded to premium, but I don't think that it is so good unless you have a very good aim. There is not very much ammo on the Vampire's Bite as the Winslow SMG. So the Winslow SMG is the best stealth primary weapon. Should we take a couple of tips and tricks before the video ends? And you can see the rest via the links in the description below. Remember to like and subscribe. If you go to the front page of my channel, you can see that I have found a lot of glitches that has not been shown before on YouTube. I actually think that I'm the first who has found them. At least I'm the first who has made video of them. I'm using a lot of time on finding glitches, and make sure to check them out. So, an important thing is you turn on auto aim in the settings. And you do not turn on auto switch weapon when using stealth. If you take a supply crate, those boxes in the game, and you get a weapon and you have used the blink, then it will automatically change. That is gossip. As soon as you take a supply crate, if you get the freezer, I'm not sure what it's called, the freeze cannon or something like that, then the stealth character will shift to that weapon. But this is not a silent weapon, and I think using stealth you need silent weapons. Or as I said before, you might as well use another character. You almost always need to reload in stealth mode. The Winslow SMG doesn't have a fusion, so it can reload faster, so you won't get a faster reload than this. And always use silent weapon. I have talked about that. You always need to keep on moving. When you play Malta Dogs and Fort, go for the red team. When cloaking, when you use stealth mode, you will be harder to spot. Stay away from open spaces. I don't think that the stealth character is meant to fight one-on-one like the gunner. This is a ninja-like character, and I think it's more fun to play it like that. Upgrade your shield. That is also very important. When you use the blink, you cannot do it uphill or downhill. When you use the blink, you just go straight out. So if it goes downhill, you will just continue out in the air and you won't hit your target. If you want to run faster, use melee weapon. Don't taunt unless you are hiding. And the rest of the tips and tricks, as I have mentioned 4 times now, I promise I won't mention that again. Click that link in the description below and let me hear your opinion on the Winslow SMG. I know that most of you think it's overpowered. Let me hear why. And you have heard my reasons: the lack of ammo, the lack of critical chance, the lack of freezing your opponent or set them on fire. Yeah, that is why. Remember to like and subscribe, by the way, and I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little rusty. Here in the end, let's take a quick look at the Winslow SMG. I have mentioned the stats to you before, and that is the premium version of the Winslow SMG. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.